Hi everyone, my name is Brandon, aka Smart Home Sellout, and today we're going to be going over the Apollo PLT-1B, aka Battery Edition, and this is a kind of video explaining all the different options and features of your sensor, as well as understanding the optional add-ons such as the soil temp probe here, and the need for a battery that you source yourself, 18650 battery, as well as a charger.
All right, so we have the Apollo PLT-1B. It is a optional battery-powered plant multi-sensor. So let's take a look here. We have the stake, which actually goes into the soil. This is a capacitive versus a resistive type of sensor. That means that it is more durable as well as more reliable. We also have a conformal coating. You can kind of see it where it ends right here, and it's on both sides, and so that will allow this to last longer as well. We have a built-in RGB LED. We have the AHT temperature and humidity sensor here. Let's see, we have our reset and our boot buttons, USB-C port, as well as the uh, port for 3.5 millimeter port for the optional temperature probes here. And so what you'll do is you'll kind of gently push that in, make sure it's fully seated. And this will allow you to stick this into either water or, I mean, it could even go in like a fish tank or something if you buy this long 1.5 meter version. But this short 8-inch probe is most often used just to measure the soil temp. So this probe will stick in the soil as well as the stake. The stake will be measuring moisture. This will be measuring temperature. All right, so let's undo that gently. And to open our case up here, we're going to push down where this long little, or where this part is here above Apollo. We're going to push there and just kind of lift up. And as you'll see, it'll kind of pop open. There we go. All right. So now that we have it open here, we can see that the reset button is here. Our boot button is over here. We have our USB-C port. This is our buzzer that makes fun little jingles. This is our RGB LED. And then if we lift up here, turn around, we see a very large spot to put a battery. And this is not any battery. This is a very special battery. We do not sell them. You have to get them third party. It is an 18650 battery. This is popular in flashlights or e-cigs. And so what we're going to do is we know that this is our top side, and we know that this is our AK plus, and that this is our plus. So, and I don't want to smash this stuff down here, right? So I'm going to kind of pick it up, and it actually will require you to use quite a bit of force there, and you heard it snap in, and you can see that it's fully seated now. So at this point, the PLT-1B is actually booting up, or has already booted at this point. So that's fine. It is totally not an issue. However, once we set this back down, when it booted, it was expecting something to be here, and if not, then it just marks it as failed and goes on. Well, if we have the optional temperature probe here that we saw, we want to first, of course, plug it in, and then we're going to want to hit the reset button, and what that's going to do is reboot the device. You can also reboot the device inside of Home Assistant or on the device page itself by hitting its IP address. And this is useful for anything really. I mean, it ultimately is what we call a soil temperature probe. However, it is able to be used submerged, for example, for a fish tank or some other use case. I've even heard people using it for water heaters to try to see if there's a leak or an issue in their water heater. All right, so that is our Apollo PLT 1B. Oh, and as a reminder, so this device itself is actually not waterproof. Now, um, this stake is water resistant, right? And that can go in the soil and be in wet soil, etc. But this device is not able to get wet. So if you need to cover it with a bag or some kind of other enclosure or something like that to make sure that you don't get water on it, please do so. The device absolutely does not have the ability to get wet. It also should not really be outside because humidity can eventually start destroying all of the components. All right.